their entire suite and what have you.
Okay, did anybody come here today for a specific reason? Oh! Or not?
Listing.
He raised first. Listing?
Yeah,
What
listing
about,
appointments.
wait, what? Listing appointments,
Yeah.
okay? Go ahead, what's your question?
I have one coming, like, just to give me your power to
Okay, so today you're gonna get my listing outline.
Yeah.
I would take that and I'd brand it to you and I wouldn't veer from it.
Okay.
Even if it feels unusual. So in my listing presentation, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this,
Okay.
but I'm gonna help you, because you asked. In my listing presentation, one of the first things I ask is, when was the last time you sold a house? Because if they sold a house 10 years ago, has things changed? Fuck yeah, they've changed, right? Who was iBuyer 10 years ago, right? Yeah, I mean, where was digital marketing 10 years ago? It's changed, right? So that's the first thing I asked. Then I asked them why they bought this house. If they say they sold a house 5 years ago or 3 years ago, then I ask, what did that agent do that you like best? And what are the skill set you're looking for in the next agent you hire? Because from that point on, even though I'm going 1,000,000 miles an hour, is it credibility? Is it bottom net number? Is it feedback? Is it that they want a high bouncing guy or they want the quiet guy, right? What do they want? I gear everything from that point on to them. It's personalized.
What do you do for the quiet guy part?
I try to really calm down.
I was gonna say, come back later.
That's not your DNA.
Yeah.
Valley.
I go, oh, you want my low energy guy. I always go back to, selling the sizzle. Because, there are a lot of things in politics that stick out in my mind that are branded, right? And I'm never going to be that low energy guy. I get that. But a lot of people are looking for that engineer, don't run, walk, it's okay, I'll get the paperwork to you. Well, why didn't you get it yesterday, right? That's the other side of me. So you gotta probe who, what, when, where, why, until you get exactly or not tomorrow, when you go on that list appointment, until you get exactly what they're looking for, because some people will tell you, right out of the gate, I'm looking for your negotiating ability. So instead of going through my whole listing presentation, I'll say, well, let's turn the page and go right there. So let me point out a couple of things. So here's what I'd go. If they said the bottom line is your negotiating ability, I would point out 3 things in the contract: the inspection, the appraisal, and the earnest money never being non-refundable in our today's purchase contract. I would point out those 3 things and say those are the first 3 things that I'm going to change when a buyer's agent brings me your offer. Well, how are you going to do that? I'm going to put a false deadline before. So when they do a deal with me and it's my listing, most of the people that I negotiate with know that in 21 to 25 days, the earnest money will be non-refundable to the buyer and released to the seller. Right?
Yes.
We've done 2 deals
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Did
it
you
works.
not? And did we not get it?
Yeah.
And the sellers love me. Because I point out that the loan contingency is in there till the last day of the contract. So nowadays, not only do I spend time on the iBuyer program, but I let people know that when you list with me, I'm going to get non-refundable earnest money. Now, in the 4th counter offer, if I can't get that, I can say, okay, what's more important to you, price, close of escrow, or that non-refundable earnest money? Because something's going to go out the window with this particular buyer. I've tried. They're not budging. Are you getting weak on me? Yeah, no, I'm getting weak. I really want this deal. Okay, just for the record, I'm not getting weak because those are breakable terms for me, but I want to get your house sold.
Do you have a price point?
What's that?
For the non-refundable, do you have a price point where you start? Like meaning for 400 home, will you do
No,
that?
the listing presentation doesn't change whether it's 2. I might talk a little bit more in the 2 million range and up about luxury and about I'm the luxury guy.
You going to the banker today?
But so in the luxury price range, this is something that I say that's probably unique, Joe, you might like this. I do say, let me show you how I'll hand show your house. So I tell the sellers to walk outside and ring the doorbell. And I walk them through their house. Nobody ever does that in a listing presentation. They're like,
Could you repeat that? I didn't get
I
that.
didn't know. Go ahead. Because remember I did that on Tracker.
Yeah.
And 50% of the time they'll go, I don't need that, I think you got it.
Yeah.
50% of the time you won't even need to do that, so go ahead and explain it to them.
He has, like, our clients rang the doorbell, and then Dell opened the door, and he had our supposed flyer and brochure, and he said, come on in, I'd like to give you the tour of the home, here's the flyer. And he went through the whole gamut, he went through the floor plan, he went through upstairs, and a lot of guys don't do that.
No, I'll say, the West Wing has the master and a den.
This is somebody that's,
This is the home seller. When I'm in a $2 million listing
okay.
and I'm putting on the dog and pony show, I ask them to go out and come in and I'll tour them through their home as I'm meeting a prospective buyer, so they get a taste of what.
He said,
What stage do you do that?
right when they walk,
In the
when the
list-
clients,
no,
even
in
when
the
they're
list-
with their agent.
When you first, before you've listed?
In the listing,
That's
in
the
the interview.
presentation.
Listing interview.
And you know what? You were taped. He
What?
has cameras in
Oh,
every
he
room.
does. That's funny.
He knew exactly. He said, yeah, I watched the tape afterwards too.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
good.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'll say things, like the master's upstairs, it's got a loft upstairs that could be, just every room has an ensuite,
What's your percentage of closing?
very high.
I would guess.
He,
Usually when I lose a listing presentation, it's because I didn't go on it. So my new model is me to set up listing appointments and never go on them now. It's to send my team out there, and hopefully they never meet me.
you won't get a listing.
Well, I hope I do.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Darren and Dave,
Darren.
Chris Usher and those guys, that I'll be able to call an expired and say I'll send my listing team out. So I have sold houses in the 800 to million range and have never seen them. And I'm getting the lion's share on the deal. But it takes years for that to happen. Yeah?
What's his face on TV does that?
Who?
I like your
Radio.
sold, I saw it up in McDowell Mountain Ranch, saw this gorgeous house and I was getting all excited, and then I read the sign, and all the way at the bottom it says sold. But we've got more.
That's funny.
1,400,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of marketing out there. So your listing presentation needs to be personalized to you, right? Because so what do you bring to a listing presentation? Everything. Everything. My team laughs at me, but I got sometimes 2 briefcases that I bring in, because I don't know what they're gonna ask. They could say, what's your community outreach? Well, let's talk about that. I'm the treasurer for Pinnacle High School, track and field. I donate money to Paradise Valley School District. I've done the Tillman Run 8 years in a row. I'm trying to get on the Tillman Foundation, even today. It's very hard to crack, probably won't ever be able to do it. But I, so what is gonna be their nugget, right? All right, so, and Tish, did you have a question specifically of why you came today?
Yeah, I wanted to know how to find a 3 to 5 acre place with a commercial or agricultural large building on it
Okay,
for 2 purposes: to manufacture solar components and to put solar greenhouses on the property.
okay. I would call Steve Prosky after this meeting. Steve Prosky, and just let him do a search for you.
And who is he?
So he used to be a Remax owner.
Is this the
that-
property you were talking about yesterday, Tish? That property from that one guy from yesterday,
43rd Street.
41st or something?
Oberlin,
Yep,
it's farm property.
okay. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
the
it-
other
is
guy.
it not?
Oh, so Hank, that's a sidebar. So
Rancher farm.
call Nicole after this meeting.
Okay.
Because for most purposes, nobody in this room's gonna run into that.
That's-
So thanks for coming. Because I want to give you your answer.
But leave now.
No. Call Nicole after this meeting, because I don't think anybody in this room's ever gonna run into that. But I'll always help you connect the dots. Call Nicole after this meeting.
Okay, and she'll give me Scott, whatever the other guy's name is?
Steve Prosky.
Yeah,
That's
give me
right.
Steve's number.
And Steve has access to CoStar. He's our commercial, which by the way, guys, we are starting a commercial division. So Nicole, Steve, and there's other people that do commercial, Antonio Guerrero,
I do.
Chris, okay.
Yeah, and do you have a LoopNet membership or is?
Well, everybody's got LoopNet.
Yeah,
Everybody's got LoopNet. It's CoStar that you pay $3,000 a year for.
okay.
Yeah.
And you still have to pay it?
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
But Steve's got CoStar.
Okay.
All right, so thank you for that. All right, now, a guy named Jim Zimazonic, he'll start probably Monday, is gonna run our commercial division, and it'll be under Boulder Realty Advisors, so it'll be Remax Fine Properties Boulder Realty Advisors Group. And Jim will be running that. So Jim has been around a long time, he's on a lot of boards, he's the right guy, and I've been after him for about a decade. And I'm really excited about it.
Cool.
So, any leads you have, you can give them to anybody you want, Nicole, Antonio Guerrero, Chris Wyatt, I'm trying to think of other people.
Steve.
Steve. But he's gonna be officially running the division. The day he joins, moving forward, there will be no hybrid agent in our firm. They'll either be part of the commercial division or the residential division. Everybody in this room will be grandfathered. If you wanna do your own commercial deal, God bless you. And I'll say good luck, because I'll give you a perfect example. A new agent that came aboard, Gigi, she's working with a doctor. She finds a commercial deal, she calls me and she's getting ready to write it up on an AAR commercial contract. And I say, Gigi, why are you doing that? Well, why not? And I said, well, Gigi, what are you getting paid? And she goes, 3%. And I said, where did you find this? And she said, LoopNet. And I said, show me in LoopNet where it says your compensation. She looks in there, looks in there, looks in there. And I said, well, when you find it, call me back, because I do. What did she find? Nothing. Because you don't do that in commercial. You write a letter of intent, and you put your compensation agreement in the letter of intent. So this guy would have looked at her contract. Oh, great. Took it to a seller. Oh, great. She signs it. They sign it. They get a deal together. They open escrow, right? The deal closes. Who gets all the money? The listing agent. Yeah, whoever represents the seller. She gets nothing. Commercial is completely different, right? So I'd be careful. You probably know what you're doing, Tish. I don't know, but use somebody. Anyway, it's better to get something of something than nothing of nothing. All right. Anybody else come for a specific reason?
I got one.
Yeah.
The challenge I've been running into is sellers with tenants in their house. They're 6 months out or whatever. I have one right now, she's an out-of-state seller. Tenant in the house, won't allow showings, but the tenant's moving out next month.
Okay. Do you have it listed?
No, that's what I want advice on.
Okay. So I would go into what I call soft marketing. So soft marketing means prior to the MLS, and you want to convince your seller that there's a lot of things you can do with the tenant still being in there. So I would put a coming soon sign up. I would take out a Zillow ad. Remax has a first look program where you can market to all of our 230 agents. And I would convince the seller that there's a lot of things you could be doing between now and the tenant moving out as a soft marketing campaign.
Okay, and how would you present this over the phone? Like, I won't meet this person ever.
Yeah, so are they out of state?
Yeah, New York.
Okay, so they're out of New York. How
Does she let you
expensive
put a
is it?
sign?
750?
750,000? Are you gonna get 6%?
Yeah.
21 grand? Okay, this is kind of crazy. But is it worth a round trip ticket to fly out to New York and meet this seller
Yeah.
for $21,000. I think so too. So what I would tell her is say, what are you doing this Monday? I'm flying out to meet you.
Okay.
Why not? You're gonna go to New York, it's a business expense, and you're gonna take her to lunch.
What about in a lower price point?
In a lower, yeah, so how low would I go? Flying to New York
No,
is
no, no, different situation.
I would go into soft marketing, but the deal, most of the time, you have to close for a belly to belly, right? And that's important. So if it was a lower price range and they were out of state or in-state?
In-state.
In-state. I would do everything I can to still get in front of them, right? But if you didn't feel that was achievable, then send them an email breakdown of the soft marketing. And also don't forget about text messaging. So let them know that you're really good with tenants, you know the tenant landlord arrangements, right? And you're gonna honor their space, but at the same time, try to promote your interest. There are times where I've talked to tenants and say, hey, every time you honor the opportunity that I give you to show your house, I'm gonna bring a $50 gift card with me. To, what's your favorite restaurant? Islands, okay, a $50 gift certificate every time I show your house to Islands. So I try to incentivize, because what's the tenant landlord say about tenant landlord relationships on access? 48 hours. 48 hours, who said that? 48 hours, right? But in our industry, they usually want to see it today. I got a $1.4 million house, I got an 8-minute notice yesterday.
But you're, then why can't he just go on and take a listing ahead of time? Go on and get the listing now and write on it that you're not putting it in MLS till this day. That way you've got the listing, you've covered yourself, because the problem is they talk to somebody else. And
In the meantime,
and
undercut.
I hate to say it, but other agents will go after the minute they're talking to somebody at dinner, and they go, oh, I've got somebody in Arizona that I use. Go on and wrap it up.
Yeah.
Say, let me be proactive. That way that gives me plenty of time to market
You
your
really
thing.
can't market them.
Be ready.
Oh,
If
good idea.
you're 6 months out though, I mean, it seems,
That's okay, take a year listing.
Yeah,
even though they won't
You don't
put on
have
the
to put
market
it
for
in
the
MLS.
six
yeah, I've
months.
done it.
Yeah, you don't, days on market won't trigger until you put it active on the
So you're just
MLS.
convinced that you're gonna market it off the MLS until the tenants are out?
Absolutely, now I tell them that we're not in 5th gear,
Right.
we're in 1st gear. May 2nd. But compared to what I really do on a full-scale marketing campaign, we're not gonna get out of 2nd gear until really the tenant's out. So be honest with them.
Okay.
But say there is a chance, is there investors that buy houses with tenants already in them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, well, in theory, this is what cracks me up about most real estate trainers, right? They don't do, I was at a listing presentation last night. I was showing a buyer last night, right? Most trainers that most licensed agents have access to have never sold a house. So that's why I try to remain us cutting edge and relevant to where if you come to these classes, I say you'll hear it from me before you see it in the field, right? So that's something we guarantee. If you come to Jumpstart, Sandy's class, which is, what is it? Yeah, but Jumpstart and Camp Advantage, and then Business Development, you'll hear it in the classroom before you see it. Hang on one second. Scott, can you do me a favor and pull a for sale by owner, just generically, whatever you want to do? I'm going to make a live for sale by owner call. Because I know, fun, huh? And I'll show you how I set an appointment. And then I'll need somebody to go on that appointment because I'm not going. So, do you remember that time I set the appointment for the guy in the back room? Who was that? And it was the next Saturday, and the guy went there. Anyway, it's pretty easy to set a for sale by owner appointment. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it.
Where do you look
So,
for?
Huh?
Where do you look for?
So you can go on Fizbo.com, you can go on
I'm
Zillow,
on Zillow.
you can go on a Make Me Move.
Homes for sale under Zillow?
Whatever you want to go. I like, so the best FISBOs you'll ever see are the ones you drive by.
That's it.
The best FISBOs that you'll ever
If
see
you
are the
get
ones
this
you drive
listing, then
by.
I'll talk to you about it. Yeah,
Um,
I didn't have it.
There's a category under Zillow for sale by owners.
There is?
Yeah. Some of them are already listed, but they still leave them on.
All right, so when was the last time everybody in the room chanted? we champ last week? I don't- I'm just gonna be really proud of you. All right, you guys are gonna have to team up because I don't have one for everybody. So if you really wanna bring your game to the next level in your, if you choose to do outreaches, so like, I'm coaching a guy right now. And he doesn't want a door knock, and he doesn't want to call. Doesn't want to do it. So how do you, as an individual, get enough lead generation to still make a living? So what do? You can
Get
farm.
all your-
Just keep in mind that if you choose to farm, you're a year out, and you're spending dollars. What else do you do?
Networking.
Friends, family, past clients.
SOI. SOI, but you still gotta call them. Or you can do a digital campaign, like you can post something on Facebook, just sold this, just joined Remax. Just got out of a coaching session and he wanted me to reach out to 5 people because next year I want to double my income. You can blame it, you can call people and blame it on a coach or a life coach, because those are in the flow right now, right? Like you could call somebody up and say, hey man, I hired a life coach, I hired an image coach, and he told me 4 things that A, I have to work out every morning, B, I have to shave every day, and 3, I'm making shit up. 3, I have to dress for success, right? And then number 4, I gotta call 5 people that are currently in my SOI and ask them to give me business. Blame it on somebody else, right? Like I'm calling my SOI right now and I'm telling them I have a problem. Ring, who wants to play with me as one of my customers? I'm gonna do a live role play here. Who?
Hello.
Hello, Scott.
Hi, Del.
Thanks for answering.
Hi, Del.
Hey, now I noticed you didn't say hi, Del. Scott, am I not in your phone?
You're not.
Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is send you a shared
Why don't you send
contact.
me your digital contact and I'll put it right in there.
I can't believe, Scott, that I'm not in your phone. What the hell?
I know a lot of real estate.
So guys,
stuff.
if they answer the phone and maybe they're not saying, hey, Del, am I in their phone?
No.
No, so Scott, why in the hell am I not in your phone? So I'm just saying shared contact.
Okay.
But Scott, the reason why I called is I got a problem.
Mhm.
So have you been seeing what's going on in the real estate industry?
No.
We're down to a month, 1.2 month supply of homes on the market. So the problem I have is we have a lot of buyers and no sellers. Do you know of anybody that's contemplating selling in the next 6 months?
Not offhand.
No? All right, I'm gonna call you in about 10 days. If you think of somebody, would you send them my way?
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send you my contact because I'm not even in your phone.
Right.
All right, Scott, let me know if you find anybody.
Will do.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, so I have a problem. There's a lack of inventory, right? So use your SOI for lead gen, right? But I still had to make a call. So back to original one, if I'm coaching somebody and they don't want a door knock and they don't want to call people, SOI was good, right? Because you should, I think I have, I'm gonna go with 2,500 Facebook friends. So I can get information out there pretty quick. What else?
In terms of
SOI, let's run with SOI, or,
community outreach, I think is good. You know, I think if you community outreach, you're helping the community, and then you're building relationships, and that's long term. You know, it's
philanthropy. So
Yeah.
I'm talking about, so I just said I'm the treasurer for Pinnacle High School track. I was on the sidelines of the last football game. I was hobnobbing with the head coach, the principal, this new principal. Yeah. Oh, you got one. Good. The new principal. He's in Mesa right now, right? And he's commuting all the way to Pinnacle High School. So I'm hoping that he's gonna come to me eventually and say, hey, this Mesa thing isn't working anymore. I'm gonna move, but he's got 2 kids that are in the school district, so I think it's a low probability lead. But that's the other thing, you gotta decipher what's real and you're chasing your tail and what's legit. Or what's not real and what's legit, right? Filter the lead. So you can text them, right? You can do direct mail. You said farming. You can do the neighborhood walk by direct mail. You can do slide dial, but I'd be really careful.
Yeah.
You can do a slide dial, so that's a call where your phone doesn't ring and you go right to voicemail. But I'd be careful. You can reach a lot of people that way. Philanthropy, I love that idea. Sponsoring things, saying yes.
If your kids are in sports, get involved in their sports. I coached my kids' soccer team for years, and I did numerous deals just through that. And then, I mean, social media, follow your people's social media and then comment on stuff. Don't just like it, comment on their events and, get to know them that way. I think, it keeps you front of mind, and there's stuff happening all the time with them.
Right, so let me give you an idea of what I did yesterday. So I just finished a quick 9 holes of golf, and I'm running over to Sweet Tomatoes in Desert Ridge. And I'm walking up, and I'm with my wife and this buddy I was golfing with. And the new place, that's the comic place, is opening up there. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
It's called Cimex or something like that. So they're in there, and the door's open, and it's a company out of Mexico. There's 50 of these concepts in Mexico. This is the first one in the US. So I'm like, well, the door's open, right? And I hear all this stuff, and it's 8 o'clock at night. And I go walking in, and this lady comes up and says, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm so glad you guys took this space. I'm Del." "Oh, Marta. Marta, where are you from?" "Mexico City." I go, "So how did you get the rights to Hulk, the green guy? A picture bigger, a live statue bigger than this ceiling, right there in the doorway." "Oh, here." So I took a picture, and I told her I'd post it, which I haven't yet. But I wanted to let you guys, so I always add proof to my deals to show you guys I really practice what I preach, right? Right, so that's right there in Desert Ridge. That space has been vacant for a decade.
Forever.
Forever. It was Bamboo Club.
Yeah.
Forever. So I told her I would host a couple of events there, right? And Marta. And I go, "Marta, so what are you doing?" She goes, "Well, we just rented a place in Greyhawk, but we plan on buying." Right? Right away, Marta, what's your cell number and email address? Bang, bang, she's now in my phone, and I got a contact. Now,
Dead meat.
well, hopefully, but if they have opened 50 of these concepts, right? And now I got a little commercial division going, who are you using for that? It's who's in the flow with them. What if they start opening one in Atlanta, LA, Detroit, Chicago, right? But what I want to know most of all from them is how in the, like they got a Harry Potter area in here. They got a, I don't know how this guy from,
What kind of restaurant?
it's like comic books.
Yeah, it's like a family restaurant where it's like just comic themed.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like a Planet Hollywood, but for comics.
Oh, that's cool.
If you remember
Yeah,
Planet Hollywood.
okay, so my point is, I'm not always about door knocking and cold calling and expireds and FSBOs. There's a whole game out there that you can play that is legit. And if one of you came to me and you said, "Hey Del, this is a new themed restaurant. Would you help me sponsor a get-together that's Remax oriented at this place and buy the first round of drinks?" Do you think as an owner I would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm with you guys, right? So, kind of cool, right? But my point is that you just got to be open. You got to open your mind up,
Think
and
outside
things
the
will
box.
come to you. What's that?
Just think outside the box.
Yeah, it's like if you're a regular at a restaurant, get to know the bartenders, make sure they know what you do, and so they share with everybody else in the restaurant, because there's
They talk.
20 or 30 servers within there, and you know what? That just opens up, opportunity in front of all of them.
Right. All right, Shannon. Explain to them pre-open house app. Has anybody seen the videos that we've been doing? Who's using it?
Who's downloaded it?
Yeah.
Try it.
Okay, why don't we go?
I'm gonna
That's a
get
good place to
everybody a
start. So
card
let's.
real
We'll do that.
I'll take a minute.
All right, so guys, this is already paying dividends for our company, because you can you can take a buyer out of the market and register them on this app. And then, if you don't have any inventory, if you're setting an open house for me, you can brand that open house in your name that
There's
day.
a flyer on it.
And I'll
Yes.
let you do that.
So I'll just give you a little, like, 10-minute.
When you do that, I'm
5-minute deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
five is
So
good.
who has open houses? Who's holding them? Anybody in
So,
here?
after
You
this-
are?
Yeah.
Anybody else? You are? Great, okay. So we are the first app in Arizona. We're launching in other states really quickly, because everybody wants us in other states. We're the first website that's actually branded to you exclusively. We're not selling your open house lead to anybody. With Remax, you guys are upgraded for the entire month of September for free. You guys have a premium membership, so you have a contact agent button on every one of your open houses. Every one of your open houses is on our platform, so if you have not downloaded the app and somebody wants to contact you, a consumer, a home buyer, or whatever, you will not get the lead if you haven't downloaded the app. It doesn't cost you anything to create an account. But we are an open house platform that has open houses. You can put coming soon listings. If you open it today, we have a ton of purple on there today because we presented at another brokerage yesterday, and everybody that had a coming soon posted, they're only branded to you. You can take that coming soon listing, you can take your open house, you can share it to Facebook, you can share it to social media, you can actually even boost it on a Facebook ad for $50 for 2 weeks. And it's only branded to you for the first time. We're not selling leads to anybody. So if you're not a member, your open house is on there anyway. It's only branded to you, but you won't be able to have the instant messaging contact with the home buyer. So it's a really, really great way. If you're not holding open houses, I don't know why you're not, because that's how you get leads. But if you are, as you
Hey,
probably
motivation's
know.
my job.
So, well, what's that?
I said motivation.
Okay, yeah, so
I'm-
I built my business on open houses, that's why I
Have
came
you?
up with this. I love open houses, but the problem is I could never brand myself as an open house agent, which for the first time you can do. So if you're holding an open house for another realtor, you wanna go on our platform, you want them to put it on pre-open house, and you want them to assign you as the open house agent. So you are now the direct point of contact for the home buyer. And you can
Anytime
now-
you do an open house for me, I have no problem you branding it
Yeah.
in your name.
Well,
And just
and
make
it-
that as a deal breaker if the listing agent won't let you do it.
Absolutely. Well, and so what they can do now, let's say Nicole's holding open house for Dell, she can now take that open house though, post it all over social media. So she's gonna be promoting his listing, but anybody that clicks on it is gonna go to Nicole. So for the first time now, you can't really do that on another platform because you can't be assigned as an open house agent anywhere. So and now you're branding yourself. So she can go out, she can post it all over her Instagram, say, hey, everybody come by and see me, and if you want any information, click here. And if they click here, that they don't go to Dell, they go to Nicole, because Nicole's the one holding the open house. So it's a really, really cool platform. We have about 90% of brokerages opted in right now, so we have a lot of open houses on there today. We usually there's about 750 open houses on the MLS on the weekends usually, and we have about 650 of those now. So we have almost every one of them.
Wait. You have
So-
700 houses opened up on a Saturday?
There are 750 on average that are entered into the MLS.
Okay.
Like agents don't know really, for years, the MLS never syndicated to the sites, like Zillow, Redfin. So agents really didn't put their open houses in the MLS, well now they do. They syndicate everywhere. And now we are a syndicator, we are only one of 5. There's Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com, Realtor.com, and us. But we're the only one that's actually branded to you guys.
So guys, it really
We're not
works.
selling
So,
it.
So
so
if
to
you
get,
don't do anything, is everything that Remax Find Properties that's open on there?
Everything's open and on there. You don't even have to create an
And it
account, but
has
if you
the-
create an
It has
account,
the listing agents,
yes,
information.
yes, if you're
so
the listing
my listing is,
on there.
if
on the
you're
account.
doing an open house and you publicize it in the MLS,
If you put it in the MLS.
Because it
okay,
also goes
that's
to
the
the
connection.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you
got
put it in the MLS, if you want to put it just on our site, you can do that too, which is what a lot of agents are going to begin doing. Because if you put it on the MLS and it syndicates to Zillow and all these other sites, it's not branded to you and they're going to sell your open house leads. If you just put it on our site and you
Especially
don't
if
put it on
it's
Zillow,
coming
if it's
Yeah.
coming soon, I would not put it on a
Yeah,
Zillow.
yeah.
No, because you're not going to get the leads.
Yeah.
If you put it on our site, consumers are finding out that we have more coming soon now because we do.
So
We're
how do
getting
we
more
promote your site?
How do we promote our site?
How do we promote your site?
How do you promote it? If you have an open house, you hand out flyers, you tell people to download the app or go to the
Well, I want to
website.
go to millions of people, not just
If you want to, well, what's great also, you can connect your clients now to the platform. I was on the phone with an agent this morning for a half an hour, and she's like, I just want to send this out to every one of my clients that's buying and tell them, you know, because they all want to go to open houses on the weekends, but I'm not available for everybody. So you can now send it out to your client database.
If they sign up.
If they sign up, they're linked to you.
get them?
They're linked to you, yes. If you send them a link,
All right,
they sign up and they're linked to you, and on our client platform, you can see all their saved searches, you can see what houses they visited over the weekend, you can see which ones they liked, which ones they didn't. It's great. I know, really cool.
So let me tell you guys how
So you really want to get
powerful-
your clients on it, because then you don't have to really keep tabs on them as much over the weekend, but you can, because you can go in the platform and be like, hey, I have a buyer I haven't talked to in a week, and they were at an open house over the weekend, maybe I'll follow up with them. And then you can also follow up with the agent that was at the open house, because they're gonna be on.
And how much is this gonna cost us long-term?
Well, right now, funny you asked that today, so, we are
She's promised me
probably,
free.
we're working. Yes.
We'll take that.
Yeah, so we have a couple brokerages that are remaining free through 2019. So that are upgraded, and you guys can use it for everything and get on board and get all your clients on board. So, but otherwise, we're doing introductory pricing for 2019 until we get all the consumers. We're getting about 300 downloads a day by consumers. They just our media's going crazy. We're on TV, we're in newspapers, but we're gonna be on channel.
Yeah, it doesn't do an individual agent any good unless they branded themselves and got in there where, you know, I'm really happy for you, but, you know.
It does great for an individual agent.
Well, yeah,
It doesn't have any.
it gives you digital space even though it's
Yes.
not your listing.
Yeah, but I have my own.
Yeah, good.
my-
Then if you set your own listing and you still put it on there, it still gives you a digital space that you didn't have
Yeah.
access to before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not from-
I just
you
need to
can.
get it,
Well, you
but I
can.
wanna-
You can
I
from
wanna
the
get
app.
all of it.
Right.
But
Okay.
I would do it,
All right.
I would do it from the website, so our
Okay.
client invite is only done on the website, but
Okay.
it will download the app for them if they're on their phone.
Okay.
Oh, that's fabulous.
But the app, you can actually share from the App Store, and then tell them to connect to you as a realtor. But the other one is actually
See for the
automatically linked
desktop
to
and
you.
then, okay, I've got it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna make a live, thanks Shannon.
Welcome.
Yeah, so let me tell you how powerful this is. I accidentally posted an open house that didn't happen, we got our addresses mixed up. The open house was for Adobe, but my office pointed it on Maffeo. And the seller saw it and he called me, he goes, dude, we're not running open house today. And I'm like, oh, we made a mistake. And he goes, well, is anybody gonna knock on my door? And I go, well, I don't think so, because open house signs aren't there. Guess what happened?
People knock on his door.
Two people knocked on his door that wanted to see his house, like right there. And he's like, what the fuck? And I said, okay, tell him I'll be right there. 20 minutes. So.
And you sold the house, right?
No. But I met two people. I met two people there that I wouldn't have met. I don't think I'm gonna do a deal, and I don't think I picked either one of them up, but it put me up to bat. I just didn't hit the ball, right?
They didn't have agents.
Well, one of them was Walt Danley, and the other one had something else. But the point was, it worked without me even being there, and they did knock on the door. Buyers are getting pretty aggressive.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very.
Well, coming
Yeah.
soon listings, I mean, it's so cool because on our app, they're a different color. So they're purple, so when a buyer goes, they can see the difference. All these are open houses, but the purple ones are now showing up, which are not on the MLS and they're not on the market yet. So it's really.
Okay, guys, so here's a FSBO that's in Zillow. There's a lot of ads out there for sell by owners. It is not listed, you're sure? You're
I
sure?
just did what you, I just went under, it says for sale by owner.
Okay,
Call-
good. All right, so here we go. Bill.
Yeah,
Bill? Hey, Bill!
you're about to find
All
out.
right, here we go. So I'm gonna ask Bill. So this is in Rio Verde, right? 136th Street, Scotts, yeah, Rio Verde.
Yeah.
136th Street, 85262, right?
Right.
So watch, all I'm gonna ask Bill, okay, who works Rio Verde? Okay. Are you willing to go out there? Sure. Okay, write down your cell number and your full name. So I'll set this appointment for you. Highly likely he's doing an open house on Saturday or Sunday, and I'm gonna use Bonnie Burke, because that's your team lead, right? So if I was calling in a neighborhood like this and already knew somebody that had major market share, I would call Bonnie and say, hey Bonnie, I'm calling, I'm gonna use your name because we're in the same brokerage firm. Would you be willing to list this with me? And what would Bonnie say? Yes.
No.
Of course, because something of something's better than nothing of nothing. All right, give me your, so this is gonna happen on Saturday or Sunday, and I'm gonna get you in the door. Any bets?
Oh, you'll get them in the door.
You don't need.
They
to
have an
buy
open
it.
house? Yeah.
Because nothing's, huh?
That he's just getting in the door?
Okay, Jeff, what's your last name again?
Epstein.
Epstein. Okay, here we go, Bill. Now, is Bill gonna answer his phone?
Probably.
Yeah, he is, I'll guarantee it. He's trying to sell his freaking house. Okay, then. Bill's not gonna answer his phone. But then I'll show you. So what's the 4 things of communication? Text, email. Jeff, will you door knock this guy? Will you door knock him today? Bill, I'm calling about your house. Hi, Bill Dell Rounds with Remax Fine Properties in reference to your house on 136th Street out in Rio Verde. Hey, I was calling to see if you were gonna do an open house sometime today or through the weekend. You can reach me at 602-809-7653, or you can call my partner Jeff, 402-290-5333. We're part of the Bonnie Burke team. As you know, we have incredible market share in Rio Verde. Bonnie actually lives there, and our team goes up and down the 136th Street or the Dynamite corridor all day long. How do you like those roundabouts out there? Pretty crazy how it's slowing down traffic. Anyway, Google me. My full name is Delbert Rounds. You'll find some great information on real estate accomplishments over the last 25 years. I'm wondering 2 things. A, when are you doing an open house? Because we'd like to come by, Jeff and I, and hopefully you're doing one this weekend. Or B, are you cooperating with buyer's agents? Because we do have very influential in that area. We have, I think currently about 12 listings up there. Anyway, 602-809-7653. My partner Jeff is gonna text you now. Okay, hope to talk to you soon, Bill. Thanks, bye. Okay, now. You're gonna text him. Okay, now Jeff, you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna share a coaching technique with you. I would get a Google phone number with a 602 or a 480 area code. It's really easy to do. I would not use a 402 area code in Arizona real estate. Okay, all right, so no big deal. But you can get a Google Voice. Does anybody know how that works?
I think they're all gone. I think it'd be,
Oh.
I mean.
480s
Yes.
might be gone.
Okay,
What's his name?
maybe 602.
Bill. So now you're gonna
All
text
the
Bill at that
internet.
number and say, hey, my partner Dell just like to call. And then what if,
You just slide.
when Jeff set an appointment and he went out and looked at the house and then he got a listing appointment, Jeff, would I go with you?
Sure.
Of course I would. Yeah, I'll go on a listing appointment with anybody in this room anytime. You just gotta set it. So now we called, now he's texting, and then are you gonna go out and door knock him today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Call, text, door knock. The only thing you haven't done now, because now you just called, now you're texting. Now he's gonna door knock, and then he's gonna email. You'll hear me say this all the time. Call, text, door knock, email. Call, text, door knock, email. And you'll hear this all the time. Lead generate, lead follow-up, negotiate, present. Those are the only 4 things we do. And you haven't communicated with somebody unless you call, text, door knock, and email.
What was those 4 again on the lead what?
Lead generate, lead follow-up, negotiate, and present. Okay, my team got mad at me last week because I ended this meeting at 11:20 and they all showed up at 10:55. So we're done, and I need this room. Yeah, everybody's holding me accountable.